voice of the Octagon, Mr. Bruce Buffer in the flesh. It's International Fight Week. It's UFC 290. How are we doing?
You know, I'm doing great. It's the biggest show of the year, although we've had so many big shows. But let's face it, this is UFC Fight Week. This is UFC Expo. And these fans here are rabid. They're getting everything they want. And, you know, all the best of Dana White, the powers that be, that they deliver to the fans the way they do here. It's amazing.
You're making your rounds. You're doing interviews. You're shaking hands. You're kissing babies. What's the secret sauce? How do you keep that voice pristine for the big night Saturday evening?
You know what? I'm saving a lot, okay? I'm talking normal now. I'll be roaring tomorrow night. I never rehearse. As soon as I walk out there and feel the energy of that crowd, I will blow up. And I'm so excited to be here because the exhibitions, everything are so cool. And UFC stores carry my It's Time cologne.
Still waiting for the Schmo's It's Time cologne.
You got to get the Schmo. They're supposed to be sending out a whole gift list. You'll be getting it.
Can't wait to get it. Now talk to the Schmo for a second. What's the deal with your buddy Logan Paul calling out Paddy Pimblett? Would you like to see that fight? I thought we don't do gimmick fights here in the UFC.
You know, I'd love to see that fight because, first off, I'd love to see Logan Paul just walk in no matter who he fights. And I'll tell you why. It's like when you have an influencer like him that has such a far reach, he will bring eyeballs to the UFC that have not even gone on to the UFC. So he's a wrestler. He has a wrestling base. He's a fantastic athlete. Match him up properly with an opponent. Paddy Pimblett would be like a huge fight. Who would not want to tune in and watch that fight? It's great ratings. It's not Musk and Zuckerberg, but it's pretty darn close. It would really bring a lot of eyeballs. So if Logan wants to train, go in and be a warrior and do it, more power to him, you know? Why not?
Why not? If we do get Musk and Zuckerberg, you just brought up their names, how would you be introducing those guys into the Octagon?
You know what? I'll introduce them in a very unique way. I'm not quite sure yet, but I'll do my homework and make sure I do it to really lift them up higher than the moment they walked in.
You mean to tell the Schmo you're not ready for that Schmoment right now?
I'm ready right now, but I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm ready right now. Let's wait till it happens. Let's not give them anything until we know it's signed on the dotted line and it's going to happen.
You think it's going to happen, Bruce?
I actually think it's going to happen.
You think that's going to happen?
I actually think it's going to happen. Okay. I just do. I think there's a better than not chance it's going to happen.
Do you think we see Ronda Rousey return to the Octagon now that there's a vacant 135-pound title?
Another fight that eyeballs will be all over. You know, again, anything's possible. Ronda's a warrior. She'll have warrior spirit forever. It's Ronda's world. We live in it. It's up to her. So we'll see. But if she comes back in and fights for the title or comes back in and fights at all, what a great thing that would be for the UFC. Ronda is not, she's still like in her prime. She's not out of her prime, you know, and she's doing great in wrestling. You know, she's staying in shape, so why not, you know?
What's been your favorite card to call so far in 2023? Favorite two fighters to be announcing? Not favorite fighters, but I'm talking about the moment.
You would put me on the spot like that. I got to tell you, Schmo, it's so hard because we've just been doing nothing but knocking out events, home runs, every single show. Every time I think I've seen the greatest show of the year, boom, another one happens. That's the beauty of the UFC. It delivers, you know?
Always does, just like Bruce.
Oh, delivers.
Can we get a final message for all the Bruce Buffer fans out there worldwide?
Be the best you can be a role model to your sphere of influence, and just always think about whenever you do anything in life, like I say in my podcast, and you step on that yellow brick road of your future, have all the knowledge, be the best you can be, because then you're winning. Whether you're number 1, champion, number 10, doesn't matter. If you perform at your best, then you're winning. And that's what life's all about. Positive attitude, be a role model to your sphere of influence, and let's be the best we can be to everybody around us. That's what life's all about.
One of one living legend, Bruce Buffer. He's the pro, I'm the Schmo, UFC X. We're out.